my personal pronouns to each one of you. I'm a really big fan of each of your endeavors, and I've read quite a lot of you for quite some time. The question is very simple. We did talk about feminism and spoke about feminism and equality. Directly speaking, and then since we are in an urban cosmopolitan crowd, and I'm not referring to the entire society as such, are women ready for house husbands today?
Are women ready for house husbands?
My general...
Stay-at-home dads, you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, I generally still find in all this talk of feminism...
We welcome it with open... Absolutely, the more the better.
Any serious view that you would have?
It is a very serious view. It would just take the burden off a lot of women. I don't think any woman on earth, if you were to talk to her, and she'd be candid enough to tell you, no woman is going to say, oh my God, I just love housework. No one loves housework.
Oh, it is not just in that respect. I still find...
House husbands are very needed, very useful, and I hope that you can start a society for house
Please
husbands.
apply for it.
Yes.
Okay, just before let me just add this. The question is, women, when I still find, they still want their husbands to be doing better, career-wise, professional-wise, everything. They're not willing to accept in a lot of cases.
So I understood your question. Okay, now we'll answer it. Right. When women say they want a husband who's doing well financially and professionally, that is because our social structure largely still keeps women dependent on their husband's income for their well-being. Right? In many parts of our country, women are not allowed to work. And even if they are allowed to work, they're not really allowed to work. They can't work late, they can't take a night shift, they can't travel, they can't take a posting, which means that they will always be bottom rung when promotions come up in their respective professions, right? So then how do you secure yourself financially? You marry a guy who's at least doing well when he starts off. Might not always be uphill from there, correct? Now to answer your question about house husbands, so let's call them stay-home dads, because the real heavy lifting comes in when there are children in play. Until then you can both feed yourself, you can look after yourself, hopefully that's okay. We do need to respect and acknowledge contributions of men at home. It is only when we have equal homes can we hope for equal workspaces. Because when women leave their offices at 6, 7 in the evening, they're going home to do full-term jobs at home. There is parenting, there is groceries, there's ironing, there is school project, there's like a whole bunch of things they have to do after they finish work, and they do all of that, and then they come back to the office, and then they compete with men who don't have to do any of that, because they have wives and we don't have wives, and it's really unfair. So I think we're saying the same thing. We would all like to have a wife.
Also, Faye, the key word in these kind of discussions is I allow my wife to work. Now, I have a huge problem with that word allow. As if we have no agency over ourselves. I'm so progressive that I allow my wife to work.
And also, you know, this idea of if a man makes an omelette on Sunday, that is not splitting it down the middle. And there's a lot of mental load, there's a lot of planning. I read somewhere today that women have 40 tabs open on the computer in their brains all the time because they're also, like, is there groceries, has this person eaten, do we have to order something, does a dog need a bath, is there a window that needs fixing, the AC needs servicing, I have to also get this done, and I have a project tomorrow, and I have to... All of this is happening in our brains at the same time. Right? So taking maybe just some of that on is, and it doesn't, you know, well, it's condescending to say, do we need house husbands? We just need our partners to take on 50% of that load.